So what is the worst mistake that most people make in crypto? Well, this mistake I've made, you've probably made, everyone that has first started out in this crypto space has made this mistake before, and this mistake will cost you a lot of money and a lot of hardship. And what is this mistake I'm talking about? It is panic selling during a dip and trying to buy back lower. Now, everyone has done this most likely, and this basically happens whenever we get a dip, right? Whenever we get a sell-off, and during this sell-off, that's when you kind of panic and you sell and try to buy back later when it's at a lower price, right? But a lot of times, 99% of the time, we cannot perfectly time this dip. And what tends to happen most of the time is we get a dip and we sell, and then immediately afterwards we bounce back up, and then you end up buying at a much higher price. This happens more than you think, and it's a very beginner mistake. It is a mistake that we are psychologically trained to make, right? Humans, they do not like risk, and whenever we get a sell-off, we want to mitigate this risk by selling off and then buying back lower because we think that this coin will go lower. Now, in this example, this is a chart of KASPA, and let's say we had this pump right here, but then we had this dip. So you sell thinking that this dip will go much lower, maybe to around mid-level support, or maybe even all the way down here at this low that we had previously, right? I mean, that's a very reasonable thing to think, right? It is very reasonable to think that KASPA during this dip is going to dip back down to this level, or maybe even this level, right? That's totally reasonable. And a lot of people will think this way and sell right here or anywhere along this chain, and then buy back lower, maybe over here or maybe over here, right? But what we need to understand is that you cannot perfectly time the dip, right? Maybe you can. Maybe this instance, you do actually time the dip, and maybe KASPA did dip all the way back down to this mid-level support, and then you buy back then, and then it shoots right back up again. And you perfectly timed both the dip and also the pump, right? But more likely than not, that is not going to happen, right? Maybe that happens 1 out of every 10 times, but it is very, very hard, almost impossible to perfectly time dips and pumps consistently, right? The best traders in the world cannot perfectly time dips and pumps. So that's something you need to understand, right? And what's going to happen is you're going to sell and you're not going to time it perfectly. And this coin is going to pump all the way back up again, all the way up here in a couple of days. And then, you basically sold half of your position, so you need to buy back that position at a much higher price. And what happens then is your average goes up, as well as the amount of coins that you have goes down. So you basically lose out on hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in that one small trade. And what's especially frustrating is when you buy back higher and then you see another dip again, right? And then it goes up higher, and then you see another dip again, and then maybe you sell right here again, and then buy back here again, and then sell right here again, buy back here again, right? It is a constant cycle of trying to time the dips and trying to time the pumps that you get yourself caught in, and that is not a cycle that you want, right? That is probably the worst thing that a trader can do, not a trader, an investor can do, right? This is something that is best left to the people that actually do day trading and actually trade for a living. If you're watching this channel, you're not day trading, you are investing in these coins, most likely for either swing trades or also long-term trades. So this mindset that you're seeing with basically trying to sell the dips and buy back lower, right? This does not work with our form of investing at all, right? This is something that you need to kind of get out of your mindset. And it's something that I struggled with personally. Even nowadays, sometimes when I see this massive dip, right, my brain tells me, hey, this is a pretty risky time. This is a pretty scary time. You should maybe sell some and buy back lower. But I've trained myself to kind of ignore those thoughts, because you're always going to have those thoughts. You just need to train yourself to ignore them. And right now is one of those times, right? September, we are seeing a lot of massive dips, right? A lot of good opportunities to buy back in and DCA and get your average lower. So what actually happens when you panic sell on a dip and try to buy back lower? Well, of course, you lose money, right? Your average goes up, the amount of coins you hold decreases, and these are very bad thing. So how do we prevent this? Well, the best way to prevent this is by dollar cost averaging, right? DCA. Now, this is a term that you've probably heard me throw out here and there, but this is a very important concept in not only investing, but also in crypto especially. So this is basically purchasing an asset at different points in time consistently without putting all of your eggs in one basket on one single trade, right? So this basically includes, let's say for KASPA, buying in at different times. Maybe you buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here, and then, maybe you buy the dips as well. So this basically averages out the price that you bought KASPA in. So all of these pumps and dips don't really matter. Your price is going to be basically the average of all of these prices. And let's say you got in a lot lower, right? Let's say you got in a majority of your position in around 10 cents. You know, you don't have to buy back when it's 17 cents, 18 cents. But right now, when we have dips, right, especially during red days, you can actually buy back and you can actually DCA, right? So instead of maybe wanting to sell right here, you buy, right? And you hold the coins that you already had, but you just buy more. But there's one caveat to this, and that's that you only want to do this for coins and assets you have maximum belief in and maximum confidence in, right? So KASPA is a good example of this, right? This is a coin that I personally have an extreme amount of confidence in and a lot of belief in, so I am comfortable not selling any and actually just continuing to throw money at this coin and continuing to add to my existing position. But if this was a coin that I, really wasn't too sure about and I just kind of threw a little bit of money in it at the beginning, maybe this isn't the best play, right? Maybe DCAing isn't the best option because you don't want to be throwing your money, your hard-earned money at something that you have zero confidence in. You want to make sure that whatever you're investing in, you have maximum belief, maximum confidence, you've done your research, and you know for a fact that this coin is going to give you a return on investment. And just remember, in September, there's going to be so many opportunities in crypto to get in at a lower price and to get in on a discount for a lot of your different plays. As you guys know, September is historically the most red month for Bitcoin in the past 10 plus years. And I believe that this September is going to be the same story. If you guys take a look at crypto bubbles, you can see that basically all of your coins for September are down. The past week, past month, and past day, we actually did get kind of a rebound for the entire market as a whole. So a lot of your coins are up today, but don't be surprised if we do see more red days coming forward. I know a lot of these coins could fall back lower. So right now is the time to load up on all of your high conviction plays, right? For me personally, right now I'm loading up on BRETT, right? I think BRETT is an amazing play. I'm obviously loading up on KASPA, right? KASPA is my number one high confidence play, right? It is probably the coin that I have the most confidence in other than Bitcoin. A lot of these coins right now are on good discounts. If you look at the past month, a lot of these coins are heavily in the red, right? BRETT is down 30%, right? This is one of the most optimal times to get into BRETT. I'll do another video on BRETT later on, but this is, besides Turbo, this is my other highest conviction meme coin play, and I think this coin will outperform a lot of other coins. But you can see, right, like Ondo, another coin that I have a lot of confidence in. Right now it's sitting at under 60 cents. Ondo at 60 cents is an absolutely amazing price. This is also a coin I'm currently DCAing into. You just have to rewire your brain to think of red as opportunity and to think of red days as opportunities to DCA, right? Opportunities to lower your average into those high conviction plays. Just know and keep in mind that right now we are in an optimal buying opportunity, right? This is the Bitcoin rainbow chart, as you guys know, and right now we are in such a good position. And if this cycle goes like any other cycle that we've had before, right, we are in such a good position going and looking ahead. That's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what other videos you want to see me make, and I will see you guys in the next one.